Hello YouTubers, this is a video response to Paul1967uk, who has recently put up a vlog called 25th of July 2007, which he made whilst he and Positive Sue and her son Tom were visiting me last week for a couple of days. And he's distressed for me, upset for me, because he unfortunately had, while he was here, witnessed me under some pressure from the media. This isn't an uncommon thing, and it's not something that my viewers know about my life. I think the only time that I have brought up the question of the media was to try to get more information out and about the Zimmers, so nobody really knows about the other side. And yes, I do get a lot of attention from the media, and yes, it does take up a lot of time, but I'm a big boy and I don't have to do it. I am not paid by them, I'm not contracted to them, I'm not part of the YouTube partnership, so I don't have any commitments to make videos every day or whatever, but it does take up a lot of my life, and I think Paul, who witnessed it, was somewhat upset for me, and I'm sorry about that, Paul. I think the reason that I was getting agitated about it was the fact that you were here visiting me and I wasn't able, because of it, to entertain you as I would have liked. We had to have fish and chips, didn't we, instead of going out to a restaurant and touring around the countryside, and so it wasn't the best day for me that all of this should happen. But none of this media attention happens straight away. Everything has to be sort of planned and programmed by emails and phone calls backwards and forwards to make the arrangements. If television people come, we have to arrange about train times and accommodation, and it might take up a couple of days of filming, all of which won't be used in the end, but it is part of my life. Newspaper and magazine interviews are usually done by telephone, but sometimes reporters and photographers visit, and it does take up time, of course, but I don't usually get stressed about it, and it is my choice whether I do it or not. I think very often by doing it, it might help other people to see an old person involved in such things. When did you come? On Tuesday, wasn't it? On Monday I had done a radio interview for BBC World Service, and that did, in fact, apart from the time taken for the arrangements, take up the morning. I was collected and taken to a radio station and did the interview, which incidentally are not easy, because you don't want to look a right fool. You're being interviewed by a presenter who's asking you questions which you have no prior knowledge of. You don't have any editorial control, so it's very difficult to get your head around, thinking that you only need to say things that are not either going to get you into trouble or make you look a fool. But that is part of my life, and as I've said, it is my choice, and so please don't worry about me. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. But perhaps if we just tell the viewers what happened on that particular day, the particular interview that I was being asked to do was to comment on a Nintendo game, which is basically, I don't really know whether it's a new game, but it's a game called Brain Drain, I believe, which well, indicates, I suppose it's a very simple sort of thing, that if you were to use your brain, then you wouldn't deteriorate, I suppose. And as an old person who they say has used his brain, they wanted me to do some sort of comment on it. So we had to stay in, didn't we, while a courier was sent on a motorcycle from London to deliver this game. Then we had to play the game, and then we had to do the interview, and that all went wrong, didn't it? Because first of all we were going to do it through Skype, and they decided that wouldn't work, so then we were going to do it through telephone, and they weren't satisfied with the quality that they would get from an ordinary landline telephone, which of course is the reason why other interviews one gets sent to a radio station, etc. That didn't work either. So then the last sort of concept was that since we'd got people in the house who had got video cameras, that I could be videoed doing the interview, talking on the telephone, and then they could then we were sort of asked to put that video up onto YouTube, where they would rip it, and then they would have a better voice quality from the microphone in the video camera. So that all happened, didn't it? But I hoped that I could take that video down the same night. That didn't happen, and I think it was a couple of days before I could get in touch with them and take it down. So it was chaos, Paul, and but it's not unusual, and I'm sorry that you were distressed about it on my behalf. And it was a wonderful tribute you did to me in your video, and I thank you very much for that. And we will meet again, I'm sure, and next time I'll take the phone off the hook. So all my love to you, and I will come back when time permits with my Grandad Fireside Chats, and I'll see you all again very soon. So goodbye.